Welcome to the deep dive. We're doing just what it says on the tin, getting right into the source material you've shared with us.
All right.
Today, we're exploring the readings from Tarot by High C for May 13th, 2025.
Mm.
So we've got the astrology, the tarot card for the day, which is the Hermit reversed,
Mm-hmm.
and also a story they included, the Tale of Sitari, the Wanderer of Shadows.
Yeah, and our aim here is really to unpack these for you. We know you're looking for those core insights, the aha moments, without getting totally bogged down.
Right, cut to the chase, but get the depth.
Exactly. So the mission today is to explore these themes that seem to be woven through all the sources: introspection, connection, and that tricky balance between inner work and engaging with the world.
Okay, sounds good. Let's get into it. Starting with the astrology, the moon's in Sagittarius. That immediately sets a kind of adventurous tone, right?
It really does. The source calls it wanderlust mode for emotions. There's this sort of hunger for meaning, for something bigger.
So what does that feel like day to day, like emotionally?
Well, it can be a bit restless, a yearning for new things, maybe finding it hard to just be present. But it's also about wanting to understand why you feel things.
Oh, okay.
And it strongly encourages really honest expression, not just saying what you think, but truly articulating what's going on inside authentically.
Even when it's vulnerable.
Especially then, yeah, moving past the surface level.
The reading also mentions, and I think this is key, not mistaking loud opinions for wise ones. That feels very relevant these days, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. With that Sagittarian fire, it's easy to get swept up in strong conviction, yours or someone else's.
Right.
So the advice is to kind of listen beneath the volume. Look for the substance, not just the certainty. It's about discernment.
Discernment.
Okay.
But on a more positive note, it talks about shared pleasure being amplified
Uh-huh.
and building alliances. I like that.
Yeah, that taps right into that Sagittarian desire for connection and, well, shared joy.
Mhm.
It's just finding your people, your tribe, and recognizing how good it feels to connect with those who get you.
Finding your tribe, yeah.
And that boosts your emotional well-being.
Then there's this call for radical openness and vulnerability. Big words. But it adds that warning, that line between honesty and insensitivity.
That's such a crucial point. Share your truth, yes, but be mindful of the landing.
Yeah, how it affects others.
Exactly. True honesty usually has empathy woven into it. Insensitivity, even if technically true, often lacks that consideration. It's a fine line to walk.
Okay, let's look at the specific aspects mentioned. Morning. Sagittarius, moon, sextile, Pluto. What's the vibe there?
Well, Pluto's about deep transformation, uncovering things. The sextile is a harmonious angle, suggesting an opportunity, maybe an easier flow for emotional renewal.
So like digging deep but productively.
Kind of, yeah. Empowered shifts in how you see things emotionally, understanding yourself on a deeper level, perhaps.
Okay, and then tonight, moon trine Venus. That sounds nicer, easier.
Generally, yes. A trine is flowing. Moon and Venus connecting like this often brings optimism, generosity, a real desire for soulful connection, not superficial stuff.
Nice. Good for relationships then.
Could be, yeah. Or just appreciating beauty, feeling more open-hearted. It's a lovely energy.
So summing up the astrology, seems like it's pushing for emotional honesty, seeking meaning, connecting authentically with chances for deep shifts, and also some warm connection.
That's a good summary.
Right. Now let's switch gears to the TarotScope. The Hermit reversed. That feels like a bit of a curveball after the more outward-facing astrology.
You can seem that way. The upright hermit is all about that wise withdrawal, right?
Yeah.
Going inward.
Yeah, the guy with the lantern.
Exactly. Reversed, it doesn't automatically mean bad, but it suggests maybe that inner journey needs adjustment. Perhaps the light's dimmed a bit, or maybe you've been inward for too long, or maybe not long enough. It signals something's out of balance there.
Okay, the reading breaks it down.
Yeah.
First, isolation versus connection. Like hiding away too much.
Right. It asks you to consider, are you retreating too far? Avoiding people or conversations you need to have. That's one possibility.
Or the opposite.
Or the opposite, yeah. Resisting necessary solitude. Filling every minute with noise and distraction because you don't want to be alone with your thoughts.
That hits home sometimes.
It's common. The key is asking why. Are you choosing connection meaningfully, or are you running from yourself? Are you choosing solitude purposefully, or isolating out of fear?
Need some honest self-reflection there?
Definitely.
Then it mentions neglecting inner wisdom. How does that fit with the reversed hermit?
Well, the upright hermit trusts their inner guidance. Reversed, it might mean you're second-guessing your intuition, looking outside for answers all the time.
Seeking external validation.
Exactly. Doubting yourself. The reading suggests the truth you're seeking might actually already be inside you. You just need to tune out the noise.
Right. Trust yourself more.
Mm-hmm.
And the last point on the card, avoidance of growth. Like not wanting to face something.
Yeah. Maybe there's a personal truth, a lesson you need to learn, but you're kind of dodging it, sticking with what's familiar, even if it's not helping you grow.
So the reverse hermit could be a nudge, like, hey, look at this thing you're avoiding.
Precisely. The universe might be gently pointing you towards something that needs your attention for you to move forward. Resisting it just keeps you stuck.
Wow. Okay, so the tarot adds this layer of caution, doesn't it? Watch out for too much isolation, or avoiding solitude, ignoring your gut, or dodging necessary lessons.
It complements the astrology, really. The astrology encourages honesty and connection, and the tarot warns about how the inward journey or lack thereof can go off track. Different lenses, same landscape.
Different lenses, I like that.
Huh?
Okay, now let's bring in the story. The Tale of Satari, the Wanderer of Shadows. How does this illustrate these ideas?
Well, Satari starts out as this respected, wise scribe. Got it all together, seemingly.
Wait,
But then this inner darkness hits him, and he does the classic hermit thing, withdraws, heads into the desert seeking solitude and wisdom.
right, like the archetype, goes up the sacred hill, Geba. Sounds very symbolic.
Very. But here's the twist. He puts in all this effort, expects answers, and gets silence. No immediate enlightenment.
Oh, interesting. So solitude isn't the magic bullet.
Not necessarily, or not in the way he expected. The wisdom comes, but through a dream. He meets the hermit of the desert, a spirit.
And what does the spirit say?
Basically challenges him. Asks why he's fled, what truth he's hiding from in his solitude. Says wisdom isn't only in silence or running from others.
Ah, so it's questioning the withdrawal itself.
Exactly. The spirit tells him he's focused his lantern inward for so long he can't see the path anymore.
Wow, that directly mirrors the reversed hermit warning, doesn't it? Too much inward focus blinding you.
Absolutely. Getting lost in your own internal landscape. The spirit points back towards the village, tells Satarius his people still need him.
So the message is, go back, connect.
Yes, the spirit basically says your time for endless solitude is done. Your truth, your purpose now is back with the people you served. It's about bringing the wisdom out.
Wisdom isn't meant to be hoarded.
That's a great way to put it. So Satari returns, they welcome him back. And crucially, he doesn't come back with, like, grand prophecies.
No. What does he talk about?
He talks about the courage it takes to face yourself. That was the real lesson.
And the moral drawn from the story.
It really sums it up. Even the wise need to guard against getting lost in isolation. Solitude is valuable, sacred even, but it should lead you back to the world, clearer. The hermit's lantern should light the path forward, not just endlessly illuminate internal shadows.
That's powerful. It shows the cycle withdrawal for clarity, but then the return, the engagement is essential.
Exactly. It perfectly illustrates the potential pitfalls shown by the reversed hermit and connects back to the astrological need for connection and sharing your truth.
Okay, so let's synthesize all this. We've got the astrology pushing for honest emotion, meaning connection. We've got the reversed hermit warning about imbalance in solitude and inner wisdom. And the story showing the journey inward needs to lead back outward. What's the core takeaway for you, the listener, on this day, May 13th?
It really seems to boil down to finding, or maybe adjusting, that balance between your inner world and your outer connections. It's a day where, the energy supports emotional renewal, like that Pluto aspect suggests,
Right.
but also strongly supports sharing that renewed self, connecting with others, like the Venus aspect encourages. The tarot acts as a check. Are you isolating too much? Are you ignoring your gut?
Or are you maybe avoiding being alone enough?
That too. And Satari's story is the reminder that solitude's gift is clarity for engagement. Insight finds its purpose in connection.
It feels like a call to be really conscious about where you're putting your energy inward or outward and why. Not getting stuck in one mode.
Precisely. Avoiding the extremes, not getting lost in navel-gazing, but also not avoiding necessary self-reflection by being constantly busy or seeking external
It's
fixes.
about dynamic equilibrium.
That's a great term for it. Finding that flow between understanding yourself more deeply and connecting more meaningfully with the world.
So, for you listening, maybe think about where that balance feels off for you today. Are you leaning too far one way, you're feeling that pull to withdraw, or maybe feeling an urge to distract yourself?
Yeah, and what specific truth from all this, the astrology, the tarot, the story, really clicks for you right now? What feels most relevant to your situation?
And maybe a final thought to leave you with, just considering how growth really is this dance, isn't it, between introspection and engagement.
Mm-hmm. And learning to recognize when it's time to shift your steps, when to turn inward, and when to step back out onto the dance floor with others. That recognition might be key to, well, deeper understanding and just a richer experience overall.